Hey guys, Neil with Aviator Q. Welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to be deep frying a turkey breast for Thanksgiving. We're going to take you through all the steps of getting it ready, marinating, injecting it, and then through the whole deep fry process. So sit back, relax, and welcome aboard. So this is our turkey breast that we're going to be doing this year. Getting this prep ready for the deep fryer. You want to remove all the plastic. Like I said, you're putting this in hot grease. All that plastic's going to melt. Typically, what I like to do, I like to get this tailbone right here. That's not going to really do anything. That's just probably going to burn up. I'm going to take the tail off of it. If you've got a whole turkey, you're going to be doing some stock, definitely save this stuff for the stock. Any other globs of fat that are just kind of hanging off, you might want to take off. There's some meat to that. I'm going to let that cook. But like I said, remove any of the plastic. There's a little bit left over from just where the wings were. But yeah, any globby fat that's just going to be a waste, you want to take off. There's some globby fat right here, kind of where the neck. See all that? That's not going to do anything but burn up. So we're just going to take that off. Like I said, just kind of leave that. That'll give you a little space to get some seasoning in, whatnot. For our injection, what we're going to do, we're going to be mainly using the Butcher's Barbecue. It's the bird booster. This stuff's super easy. It's a powder that mixes with water. Doesn't really have a lot of chunks to it, so it's really easy to inject. I am going to be subbing some of the water. I got some Kerrygold butter in here with some fresh rosemary we just snipped. I'm going to melt this down in the microwave, kind of make a compound butter. Kind of like when you're making a soup and you can add milk or water. Milk makes it a little bit more creamier. I'm going to try to add a little bit of butter just to make it a little bit more, I don't know, creamier injection, I guess. We'll shake it all up in my shaker. We'll inject it. I got a new injector from the last turkey video I had. Hopefully that's going to work out good for us. Show you it's a siphon type filter. I'm really super excited to really try it out. I think I've only used it one time before, and I don't know if I put it on video or not. But going to get this melted down, get the rotisserie made up, and we're going to show you injecting the bird here. Alright, so while we're letting that rosemary and butter kind of infuse, I wanted to kind of share the new injector. This is from Hold Your Horse's Barbecue. It's what they call a siphon type injector. So basically we have this handle here with like an auto siphon. It'll draw and then shoot. When this is brand new, there's an O-ring in here, guys. If you get something like this, kind of oil up. I just used some grapeseed oil, kind of oiled up that O-ring so it would free. Before I would do it, it'd go down there and it'd just get stuck. So you attach the hose to the back here. Sometimes it's easier if you just spin the gun because then the whole hose doesn't have to twirl. But once you got it attached, I'm just going to stick this side down into the injection and just pump and go, man. Boom, boom, boom. Hopefully it works out really well for me. I'm going to get this injection mixed up. It's all you do is 8 ounces of water to 1 scoop. I filled this with 6 ounces because like I said, I'm substituting 2 ounces of butter in there. Hopefully it makes it creamier. Maybe just be a waste of butter, but we'll find out. I'm going to get this mixed up and we'll show the injection. Alright, so there's the injection, and once we mixed it all up, I let it sit a moment. It's a little foamy from the shaking, so I let it kind of simmer down. Got our turkey in a pot. I've got some paper towels jammed in here in the corner. Guys, if you've never seen me inject, sometimes I'll do this. This will help catch some runoff, and then at the end you can kind of just tilt it up, catch the rest of the juices in the pan. Alright, hopefully this camera angle works a little bit better. I'm going to take this, I'm going to just drop it down in the bucket here. I'm going to prime it up. I'm just going to keep it up through here. Oh no, what's going on? Alright guys, so there's a check valve there's a check valve on the back end, but there's a check valve, I guess, it's supposed to go on the needle end too. I thought it was just an extra piece. but I put my finger over it, and as soon as it made the suction, it drawed right up. So we're going to chalk that up to user error. See how she... Oh yeah, see, now you can see it. See it pulling right on up. Yeah, it fills up. You have an adjustable dial here that I can control how much actual injection I inject per squeeze. Okay, that's really working now. Alright, so I don't know how much of this I'll edit out, but we've got it loading pretty good now. So I'm just going to come in here, I'm going to glove up with him, I'm going to keep this keep the breast kind of turned up. I'm just going to go to town and inject, guys. You can see it you just keep squeezing and going. You can see the breast really start to inflate. It's drawing, siphoning, going all the way to the bone. Oh man, this is so nice. I've never actually used this, but man, it's just, you just plug and chug on this. I think that's all the juice we have. That's, like I said, it's supposed to be enough injection for 10 pounds. That one scoop to 8 ounces makes 10 pounds. This is an 8-pound bird, so we got this thing just pumped up. There's a little bit of juice in the bottom. So we're gonna get this back in the fridge until we're ready to get the grease going. Courtney's we got to time out the sides with Courtney. She's making some casserole and some corn pudding and stuff like that. So I'm just going to let this sit out. I'm going to let the injection kind of pull some moisture. I want to dry the skin out a little bit so it gets kind of crispy on us. But right when she comes back from the grocery store and we're ready to get this thing on, we're going to season it up and then get it in the oil. Alright, so we're going to get the bird seasoned up. I'm going to start with just a light glazing of mustard. That's just going to help a binder and help emulsify the seasonings. Mainly going to go with Malcolm Reed's Killer Hogs barbecue rub. I'm picking this because this does such a great job with the color anytime you smoke. I'm going to dust it off with just a little bit of Cosmo Q's Dirty Bird Hot. It says Dirty Bird, but I got the hot. I refilled it with the hot. The Killer Hogs has a better color, but I think this has just a little bit more bite, so I'm going to have them work in unison. So I'm going to start just on one side of the breast. I'm going to come in with just a little bit of mustard. And like I said, this isn't really for taste. This is just to try to get the rub to stick. I'm just going to work it all around. Don't really have to do too much. You're just getting a color on, just a coating on it. Once you do that, I'm going to come in with the Killer Hogs. Just give a nice even coating. Get a little bit of mustard on this side. And then, like I said, at the end, we're just going to splash it with some Dirty Bird Hot. Alright, so we're outside. We're about to get this grease going, get it nice and hot, ready for that turkey. But I can't consciously do a deep fried turkey video without talking about some safety, guys. This is one of the #1 leading cause of house fires in the United States during the holidays. Basically what we got a vat of boiling hot oil. It can overflow. There's a propane source underneath. It'll instantly catch fire. Always try to do this outside or away from an enclosed area. You're going to want to do it on a level area, so once you get some of that weight in the pot, it doesn't tip over. We're going to be doing it on the back patio here. There's a slight grade to it just for, you know, natural drainage, so it runs away from the house, but nothing that I need to even think about worrying about it being too off level. Like I said, it's maybe 1 or 2 degrees here. I put a level on it, and it's not even out of level. Another thing we want to talk about is displacement, right? When you fill up the vat, it's not overflowing, but all of a sudden when you put that turkey down in there, that turkey's going to displace some of that oil, and sometimes can cause an overflow. One thing to do with that, we can, I don't know if I'm still in focus here. So what we can do is we can put the turkey down in the pot, and we can fill it with water. And we want to basically fill it with water to the point that the turkey is submerged. And then you can take a stick and like cut a line in it. But what I like to do is take my thermometer. Like I said, this just kind of moves up and down. I'll take my thermometer and I'll move it up and down where that top of that water line is. Then I can pull the turkey out, fill it with oil up to the top of up to where I've adjusted the thermometer, and that's how I know how much oil to put in. That won't cause any type of an overflow. A couple other quick tips that we can use when we're putting it in. Make sure you'll see me do this. You want to lower it nice and slow into the grease. One thing you can do to make sure it's not an ignition source, you can cut off the fuel. Cut off the propane so there's no flame as you lower the turkey. That way, in case there is an overflow, it's not instantly lit. As soon as it's down there, you can turn it back on. The grease is not going to lose that much temperature that fast. But like I said, outside, level, know how much oil to put in. Now, a small turkey breast like this, I think I could probably put the whole thing of oil in there and not really worry about an overflow. But when we're talking about 20-pound birds, that's definitely a lot of displacement. Definitely recommend the water. So we're going to fill this thing with oil. We know how much we're going to put in, and we're going to get it heated. Alright, so we've had this burner on high, probably coming on like 15 minutes or so, bringing this oil up. Every so often I've been hitting the timer function. If you need a little bit of help getting one of these Masterbuilt burners going, I've got a separate video I just filmed today. I'm gonna release both these videos. I'll tag it up here in the corner. What I did, I brought it up to about 325. I used the lid to cover it to kind of help it, and now I've pulled back on the regulator. It's showing about 340. I want that to calm down a little bit. I'm just gonna try to get about 320. 325 dialed in. When I put the turkey in, I'm expecting it to go down to about 300 or so. As we put this in, we're going to use the hanger. We're going to hook. We've already got the bird hooked. I'm going to use that to lower it in. You want to get yourself a real good set of gloves for dealing with this. These are just my welding gloves that I use for barbecue. Alright, as you do this, you're going to want to go nice and slow. Give the chance for the oil to go somewhere. Alright, it's sitting in there. Important safety note, I did turn the burner off in case any spilled out or splashed out. It wouldn't cause an ignition. Now that oil's coming down, I'm going to relight it to hold it about 300. Alright, so she's lit back up. We're running about probably 315. I'm just going to kind of control the regulator here on the hose to see what will kind of hold me at 300. Roughly should take about 3.5 to 4 minutes per pound. This was about an 8-pound bird. So we'll say 4 minutes, 4/8. That should take about 32 minutes or so. I'm gonna start a timer on my phone. We'll check it periodically, just kind of show you what it's looking like. All right, we're coming up on the 10-minute mark. We're gonna show you a sneak peek of how it's looking at the 10-minute mark. Pull it out of the oil. Just about as fast as it came out, you want to bring that out. Oh wow, got a nice color to it. Already getting that nice dark mahogany color. We'll get it back in, let her finish done. Sometimes the rubs that you use can have a variation on the color, and I think some of that rub that I had a touch of sugar in it, so that's why it's getting a little bit more mahogany on us. But if you use like a simpler salt, pepper, garlic type deal, it'll stay a little lighter for you. But like I said, that's not burnt, that's just some seasoning and some color. That's what we were going for when we used that Killer Hogs, that darker color that finishes it. But like I said, at no means is it looking like it's burnt yet. Alright, we're at our original 32 minutes that we were thinking. Let's pull her out and see where she's at. That sounds different. I can hear it hissing. I don't know if you guys can. You know, right up next to the bone, it's still not where I like it to be. The outer edge is done, but right up next to the bone, it's not completely done. I'm gonna resubmerge it. Give it about another 5 to 10 minutes. See where we're at then. Alright, so I've edited some of the video out. You guys don't need to see me pulling out the turkey and checking it. I've checked it a couple different times that I'm probably going to edit out. I pulled it at 24 minutes just to see what it was like. It was not close to done. Pulled it at 32, was not close to, the outside was close to done, but the bone still wasn't in, so I gave it another 10 minutes. We're at the 43-minute mark. We're going to check it one more time, and hopefully the deep down breast, like I said, the early at 35, it was, the outside was good, but the innards needed to go some more. Alright, so everywhere except right close to the bone is done. It needs about 10 to 15 degrees more right up next to the bone, the rib cage there. The outside's still got a nice mahogany color, so I'm going to put it back down in the oil for another 5-10 minutes. Just kind of see what, if I want to get that next to the bone done. Alright, so we pulled it out. Total cook time ended up being 52 minutes. Like I said, the outside got close to being done, but right in close to the bone still needed a little bit extra help. Took it about like, it needs to be at least 165 for poultry. So what we're going to do, we got basically 2 halves of the breast. I'm going to try to just kind of go in here against the bone and cut it up like that. We might slice it until I hit bone, and then we'll kind of dig in. But the first slice will be kind of skinny. Comes right off. You can hear it crunching through the skin. You know that skin's nice and crunchy when it does that. There you can see some of that injection right there. That's right up against it. What I'm going to do, I'm going to pull me a piece out of here right next to the injection where it came nice deep within. You can see it's nice, juicy. So that's one thing about this deep fried. It keeps it super juicy. Sure. Took a little bit longer than I thought it was going to. I just don't know why it didn't get finished up with the bone. But I'm going to get the rest of this carved up. We'll show you how much kind of the breasts are made and whatnot. But till then, we'll get a little cutting done and we'll say goodbye. Alright, so there's where we go. Kind of breast, each breast. Got a few nice slices off the first little bit, and then for the most part, I just kind of pulled it like a part, like pork. You know, clearing off the carcass and whatnot. So, like I said, super happy with the deep fried. If you've never tried a deep fried turkey, definitely something something to try to do one day. If you kind of think turkey is a dry meat that you kind of don't look forward to, this definitely changes your opinion of it. Thanks for watching the whole video, guys. If you do deep fry a turkey for this Thanksgiving, remember to follow those safety steps. Don't want to burn your house down, ruin the holidays. Appreciate you watching the video. If you like what we're doing here, like and subscribe, and we'll check you out here on the next video here at Aviator Q. See ya. Bye. Hey guys, Neil with Aviator Q. Welcome to our 2020 Thanksgiving special. On today's video, we're going to be doing... Is that stupid? I see you dying over there of laughter.
Thanksgiving special. You're frying a turkey.
It's special. It's the holidays. Anyways. Just a normal day here at Aviator Q. We deep frying a turkey.
Are you gonna